Help.
Hi, Mom. What are you doing?
I'm making cheesecake. The dog's helping.
Are you helping? So you guys, my life. Wait.
Want you but don't need you. Hey, I can't feel
You guys feel me where I'm going with this? Do you feel the beginning? Do you feel it? No? Not yet? Don't sure? Alright. So, I don't even know how to talk about this stuff. It's like making me nauseous. Hi you guys, so today is a little bit of a different video. I've been meaning to make this for a while, but it's just taken some courage and some thinking about it and just trying to decide what I should say because I don't really know like what to say. I've been asked about relationships and boyfriends and exes and like just like relationship advice in emails, and I like don't really know why I get asked, but I think it's because that I have gone through a breakup recently. So I think people like look at my other videos and just think, oh, I'll just ask her. Well, that's fine. I definitely love this channel for that. This is going to be the Heart to Heart with the Holley series. And I don't really know who's going to watch this, and I don't really know how to say everything, but I'm just going to kind of give you guys my personal advice and kind of what I've been through, I guess. So I am 20 years old and I have been in 4 serious relationships in my life. I have been in love with every single person, and a lot of times I get the same question is, you know, you've been through a breakup. What did you do? How did you get over it? How did you move on? And how do you deal with it? And I guess like, I don't really know. I guess like, it's so hard for me to talk about because I guess that I just don't have the answer, and I don't really think anybody has an answer, but I feel like as so many of you have supported me for so long and so many of you like know a part of my life, I feel like I can give you guys kind of like what I've done and what I've dealt with. So like, how do I say this? Oh, I know some people are gonna watch this video, so it's like awkwardly like to talk about it. So I guess I can talk about 2 things. So I'll just say boy A, we'll say boy A. 3 years ago actually, like 3 exact years ago, I went through a really hard heartbreak, and I guess that is just like, this is kind of like a basis of how I tell you how like heartbreak goes. I had been in 1 serious relationship before that. That relationship was 4 years before I was with this guy, and with this guy, he essentially, put it lightly, broke my heart, and I had never been heartbroken. It was my very first heartbreak. I had never felt pain before. I had never looked at love in like a bad way, and this guy just completely ripped my heart apart. And I guess that's like what it takes, is the one time, the one heartbreak, the first one, the one that hurts the most, to kind of change you as a person. And I guess that's what I tell people a lot, is if you're going through your first heartbreak, I'm just going to tell you that there's no one who can guide you. There's no one that can make things better for you. You're going to hear the same things over and over again. It's going to get better with time. It's going to get better. But you know, your first heartbreak is never going to be anything anybody can help you with. And I guess that was kind of my darkest, deepest point in my life. Was I was a senior in high school and I was just broken, and no one could really help me. I didn't really like know what to do or what to feel, but when you have your first heartbreak, you learn everything from it. You know, you learn how strong you are. You become a new person completely, because in order to get over someone, you have to, you know, find yourself a little bit, and that's definitely what I did. As for advice, I can tell you that my biggest piece of advice is to not rebound. And I have done that. I've had my fair share of rebounds, and that's kind of how my life just goes. It's always funny to me that I will end a relationship with someone, or I will not be with someone anymore, and someone will just pop out like out of nowhere that I will have had no idea that they were coming around. And I guess that's probably my #1 tip, is do not rebound when you're in a heartbreak situation. Obviously, if you are no longer with your boyfriend or girlfriend and you are trying to move on, you're going to want to do anything to make the pain stop. You're going to want to do anything to not feel what you're feeling. And I can tell you from a personal point of view, from experience, moving on to someone new works for about a solid month or 2, and then everything just comes back to you. You know, you're overwhelmed with the feelings that you felt when you were broken. And I just think that rebounding is just a horrible thing to do, and like I can't tell people not to do it because I've done it and I have learned from it and will never ever do it again. But I've done it a couple times and it's just not the answer. It's just gonna hurt you more in the end because you're not really over that person, and it's not really fair to the new person you're with to, you know, give them attention and make them feel like you're starting something new with them, but it's not actually real. I'm looking them up because I've just been meaning to make this video for so long, but I just haven't had the motivation to do it. Holly, trying to move on from a relationship, how did you do it and what were the different circumstances you had to deal with? My ex-boyfriend is truly an awful part of my life. He makes my life hell. How do you deal with it? Well, okay, so that's kind of a hard question because it's like dependent upon who you broke up with. If the breakup was nasty, if the breakup was not nasty, I guess my personal advice is that everything takes time. And that's like, what is my hair doing? That is like the shittiest part of breakups, is that everything does take time, but I feel like if you can ignore the situation and pull yourself away from it, it's a lot easier to move on than it is to constantly make yourself miserable and, you know, follow them on every single social media network. Like, in my personal opinion, if you're going through a breakup, the first thing you want to do is block them on everything, you know, block their number, block their Facebook, block their Twitter, Snapchat, email, everything, anything and everything that will make you think of them. Block it, because if your boyfriend's causing you hell, obviously he's seeing what you're doing or saying something about it, so that's gonna make it more hell for you. It's very difficult to hit the block button. It's very difficult to hit the unfollow button, but in the end it's the only way that you're not gonna be miserable. Because like, let's say you have a boyfriend who's like moving on faster than you and you're just like obsessive and you're like on your phone like 24/7, like, oh my god, what did he tweet, what did he Snapchat, oh who's that girl, oh wait, that's his sister. Like, that's like how bad it can be. And in my first heartbreak I was like that. I would check his social media, every day. I would be obsessive, and it's just not healthy. It's not good for you. How do you deal with ex-boyfriends? Do they follow you on your social media and look at the things you post? ? I honestly don't know. Like, I really don't know if they look. Like, I don't care. I don't ask. They don't say anything. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. They probably don't care. But like, ex-boyfriends are ex-boyfriends. There's an ex there for a reason. A lot of times I can tell you firsthand that that's not always the easiest thing to say, but ex-boyfriends are ex-boyfriends, and that's where I try and keep them like as an ex. Like, I'm totally cool with most of my exes. I don't know. Like, ex-boyfriends are ex-boyfriends, and like in new relationships they don't bring any good into anything. Like, how do you talk about this? How do you talk about this? How do you talk about this? How are you able to maintain relationships in nursing school? #tips and advice ? It's kind of a bitch, I'm not gonna lie. I really haven't had a boyfriend in nursing school yet, just because we had broken up right before nursing school, so I really haven't had a boyfriend in school. I've had like, you know, on and off kind of shit, but like never had like a solid BF for my first semester of nursing school, so like I can't really tell you how hard or easy it was, but I do know that distractions suck and you really need to eliminate that. So I guess like with relationships and stuff, like you kind of have to like pick and choose like what's worth it and what's not, kind of a thing. I honestly feel like being single can be one of the hardest and best things for a person. I know that I learned a ton in the past 3 months, past 4 months, whatever, like about myself that I didn't know, and things that I had missed out on because I have always constantly been in a relationship. And I guess that's, you know, some people are like that, and that was me. I had always moved from one relationship to the next. I had never really been single, and like in the time that I was single, I feel like it truly like opens up a person and makes a person see themselves for who they really are. And maybe there's things that you want to do that you couldn't do when you were in a relationship, you know, maybe things that you didn't get a chance to do. For me, that was, you know, having a really great group of friends and going out a lot. I shouldn't say a lot, because like we went out a pretty good amount this past semester, but like we just like going out, I just mean like being with my friends and like having fun and not like constantly worrying about reporting to someone about what you're doing. I guess that was kind of a fun point for me, like learning about myself and learning what I actually enjoyed. It's fun to do all of that, but at the same time there comes a point when you do want to settle down with someone, and when that time comes, that's your time, you know. It's just different for every single person, I guess, but learning about yourself and finding yourself is truly like one of the most rewarding things, I guess. Like, I don't know. Another massive piece of advice that is super helpful, I can tell you guys that 99% of my boy problems have all been heard by my mother. Like everything, like not like sexual stuff, like she doesn't know that shit, but like I'm talking about like, as if I've had those problems. Oh my god, I'm like dying making this video. I can't, like it's just like killing me. But like my mom has heard everything, so like if you have somebody who you can like talk to and like give you advice who's like honest, my mom is like, I think she's like a gypsy or something. Like she literally has been right about every single guy I've ever been with. She literally knows the answer to everything, tells me what to do, and that's probably because she's had shitty past and she's able to tell me so that I learn from my mistakes. So if y'all got a homegirl like Amy, super important to have. I guess something that I've learned from my past is that, like one of the biggest things I've learned, I guess, don't surround your world around another person. Don't do it. You're setting yourself up for complete failure. Don't do it. Like, please just don't. Like, do more things with my hands. But seriously, be independent. Be happy with yourself. I guess a relationship advice that I can give, like some relationship advice, that's this entire video. Don't make someone else be defined by you. Don't, like all the songs that say like you're my other half, like that's fine and everything. Like, yeah, they complete you or whatever, but you should be able to complete yourself before you get into a relationship. You know, I'm 20 years old and I don't know everything, but I do know that if you can love yourself and be independent first, that's going to be absolutely amazing for a person. Being able to sit down and say, I can go to dinner by myself and do my own thing. I can be happy by my damn self. Like, I can pay for my meal. I can pay for my own apartment. I can pay my own rent. I can pay my own phone bill. Like, those are the coolest statements you can ever make. And being not defined by a man or being not defined by a girl, truly the best thing ever. Being independent is the best thing you can do. If you are getting out of a relationship and you've always been someone who relies on someone, learn to be independent. I promise you it's going to be difficult, it's going to be hard, but my biggest piece of advice is become the independent, tough bitch, and shit just won't affect you. Like I guess that's how I deal with heartbreak, and I guess that's how I've dealt with my breakups, is I just have always been like, you know what, fuck it, like that's obviously not meant to be in my life. God has another plan for me. That's not what I want. Like, if I've had guys like, girl, like I'm not feeling you, like I don't want you. You know when I say that? That's what I say. You just gotta do that. Even if you don't really hate the person, just do that and just walk away. Just walk away. It'll be fine. Like, if a person doesn't want you in their life, they don't want you in your life. People who want you in your life will fight for you. They will stay for you. They will do anything possible to have you in your life. People who are like half-assing it, like, oh my god, I've done shit in my life where it's like, let's be, can't say this word, my grandma's probably watching. F buddies with nothing else, or friends with benefits. That's good. You ever seen this movie No Strings Attached? I've had that. It's not good. Never ends good. The girl always falls in love with the guy and he doesn't love her back, and then she wants more and then he doesn't want it, and it's like, girl, don't put yourself in that situation. I know I can't tell anybody what to do and what not to do. I know this video is probably super random, but all I'm saying is be confident, be happy, do you. Don't let your exes fuck with you. Don't let past things get in your head. Move forward. Be strong in pursuit of the future, have positive attitude, and just love your life. Literally, just love it. If you guys have any questions, or if you want to give me some kind of comment below, please comment on this video, give it a thumbs up if you guys like this series. If you guys have anything else, any other topic that you'd like me to talk about, please tell me below and I will get to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I am so happy that I get to make videos over break. It makes me so happy. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.